Every time you watch a deepfake, you're not just a spectator, you're the lab rat in the experiment. The algorithm doesn't just track your clicks, it studies your reactions. And here's the twist: you're the one funding the next generation. Deepfake creators don't guess what works, they A/B test like Silicon Valley marketers. Drop a fake video of a CEO admitting fraud. If it gets 10 million views in 24 hours, they've hit gold. If it flops, back to the drawing board. The difference? Your engagement, your outrage, your unquestioning shares. This isn't just about watching, it's about training. Think of it like doping a performance horse. The more you feed the algorithm, likes, shares, comments, the faster the deepfakes evolve. Stanford's 2023 data says it plain. Emotionally charged deepfakes outperform neutral ones by 400%. That's not an accident. That's you, optimized. Here's the brutal truth. You're not the audience. You're the co-creator. Every time you hit share, you're rewriting the rules of what's believable. Every comment you drop, that's the training data. The AI doesn't just learn from your mistakes, it learns from your biases. And soon, it'll know you better than you know yourself. So ask yourself, when you shared that last viral scandal, did you just help invent the next deepfake? Because the answer isn't maybe, it's absolutely. And the machine? It's already smiling. This isn't about progress. It's about power, and two nations are turning AI agents into weapons while pretending they're just tools. The US military isn't just testing autonomous drones, they're building systems that can launch strikes without human approval. China isn't just developing facial recognition, they're creating agents that predict your movements before you make them. And the worst part, neither side actually knows if these systems work. The US Air Force had to ground its autonomous drone programs after they kept crashing. China's social credit agents wrongly flagged innocent citizens as threats. Yet both governments keep pouring billions into this fantasy because the real prize isn't the technology, it's whoever controls the data. When machines start deciding who lives or dies, the last thing you'll get is truth. Because in this war, the only thing more dangerous than the AI is the fact that no one's actually pulling the strings. You're the unwitting trainer of the most dangerous AI experiment in history, and you're getting paid in attention, not cash. Every deepfake that goes viral isn't just a lie, it's your feedback. The algorithm doesn't just track your clicks. It studies your brain. That fake CEO confession you shared? The AI didn't just learn what worked, it learned how to trick you next time. Stanford's data says it plain. Emotional deepfakes outperform neutral ones by 400%. That's not an accident. That's you, optimized as training data. Here's the real joke. You think you're the audience. You're not. You're the beta tester, the unpaid developer, the focus group for the next generation of lies. That bare analogy? Too kind. You're not feeding it, you're rewriting its DNA. Next time you share a viral deepfake, remember, you're not just spreading misinformation. You're funding the next perfection. And the machine? It's not laughing. It's already better at lying than you are at spotting the truth. Your skills got you hired. An AI agent just got you fired without the severance, the warning, or even the decency of a goodbye. Freelance translators watch their work stolen, repackaged, and sold back to them as AI enhanced. Journalists see their bylines attached to articles they didn't write while their employers pocket the ad revenue. And when the AI inevitably screws up, no apologies, no lawsuits, just a shrug and, the algorithm decided. Remember that bank that denied thousands of qualified loan applicants? They didn't say their human underwriters were incompetent. They said, the AI made the call. Because when machines fail, nobody gets blamed. Except you. Here's the truth no one tells you. These agents aren't tools. They're corporate get-out-of-jail-free cards. And the real crime? Most people only find out they've been replaced after their LinkedIn profile gets spammed with AI. Is the future job postings? The next time your boss mentions automation, ask yourself, are they talking about efficiency or your exit strategy? The answer might shock you. Your face isn't just your identity, it's the hottest commodity on the dark web. For just $0, anyone can buy a custom deepfake of you. Need a fake confession? A fabricated scandal? A political hit job? Your face is the product. And the market isn't just alive, it's booming. 200 gets you a deepfake so convincing it could destroy a career. 00 buys you a lie so personal it could ruin a relationship. The only requirement? Your digital footprint. Here's the reality. You don't need to be famous to be targeted. A few selfies, A minute of your voice. That's all it takes. These aren't just tools, they're weapons, and the dark web is their factory floor. The question isn't whether someone will use your face to deceive others. It's how badly they'll want to. Every photo you post, every video you upload, every moment you share online. You're not just documenting your life, you're feeding the machine. And the market? It's always open. The only question left is, are you next? AI agents don't fail because they're bad. They fail because they're stupid and we're pretending they're not. They'll sort your emails. They'll draft your reports. They'll even diagnose your X-rays as long as a human is standing right there to catch the mistakes. Medical imaging. Sure, an agent can flag suspicious spots, but it's the doctor who actually reads the scan. Customer service bots? Great for, I forgot my password, until someone asks a real question. And suddenly we're getting corporate nonsense answers. Here's the brutal truth. These aren't tools. They're training wheels for systems that can't drive alone. We're building multi-billion-dollar crutches for technology that still needs us to walk. So when you hear, AI will replace humans, ask this: who's holding the wheel when it crashes? Spoiler, it's not the algorithm. It's always been you. We told you laws would save us. We told you AI would catch them. We told you ethics would matter. We were lying. Because the truth is simple, no one is fixing this. Governments move at snail speed while deepfakes evolve at light speed. Detection tools. Obsolete before launch. Ethical AI. A joke. The same companies funding research to stop deepfakes. They're the ones selling the tech. Stanford's data confirms it. 90% of detection research comes from deepfake profit centers. Convenient, isn't it? Here's the real problem. It's not the tech. It's you. That 2023 study wasn't wrong. 68% of deepfake spread came from shares. Not hackers. Not bots. Your outrage. Your shares. Your unquestioning thumbs. You're not the audience. You're the amplifier. And the worst part, you won't change. Because deepfakes aren't just lies, they're designed to be addictive. Like a car crash you can't look away from. Like gossip you have to share. The machine doesn't just want your attention, it wants your help. So here's the hard truth. There is no solution. Not from laws. Not from tech. Not from anyone but you. And let's be honest, you're not going to stop. Because the system doesn't need you to fix it. It needs you to keep playing your part. Pause. Then, colder smiley face. The only question left is, what happens when the deepfakes stop being fake? You didn't sign up to be the human safety net for broken AI. So here's how you fight back. If your boss says the AI handles this, make them put it in writing. Because when that AI screws up, and it will, you don't want to be the one explaining why customers are getting scammed while executives take credit for innovation. Companies pushing these systems. Run the numbers. That productivity boost is a myth. The real cost? Your time fixing their mistakes. And when the failures happen, and they always do, who gets blamed? Not the algorithm. Regulators sleeping on this? You're playing with fire. These aren't autonomous systems, they're corporate escape hatches dressed in code. Demand human oversight for every critical decision. Because right now, we're running a global experiment with no emergency brakes. The choice isn't between embracing or rejecting AI. It's between letting corporations use you as their insurance policy or making them actually take responsibility. So next time someone tells you to trust the technology, ask them this: who's covering the damages when it all goes wrong? Because the answer will tell you everything you need to know. Deepfakes aren't just lies, they're psychological landmines. And you're the one stepping on them. In 2022, Russia didn't need missiles to shake Ukraine's resolve. They just needed one deepfake video of Zelensky ordering surrender. 1 million views in hours. The damage wasn't in belief, it was in the crack of doubt. That single second where you hesitate, where you share, where you ask the question no one can answer: is this real? Here's the war no one's telling you about. The algorithm doesn't care about truth. It cares about your uncertainty. Stanford's data proves it. Deepfakes spread faster than real news because they're engineered for your hesitation. A hero becomes a traitor in 60 seconds. A victory dissolves into chaos with one share. The weapon isn't the lie, it's your reflex to react. You're not just watching these videos. You're the delivery system. That viral clip? The shocking revelation. The can you believe this moment. You're the one who makes it work. Because in the deepfake era, outrage spreads faster than verification. And the enemy doesn't need you to believe. They just need you to share once. That's all it takes to rewrite reality. Pause. Then, colder. The next time you see something too good to be true, ask yourself, was this made for you to share? Or for you to doubt? They didn't just invent AI replacements. They invented fake teamwork so you'll cheer while they steal your job. That collaborative AI in your hiring process, it's not evaluating you. It's evaluating you based on 10 years of corporate bias packaged as innovation. That customer service representative who says, "Let me transfer you to our AI assistant." They're not helping you, they're hiding from you, because the bot will give you corporate speak answers while they move on to easier cases. Here's the real joke. These AI partners don't just make mistakes, they make human mistakes on purpose. Because they're training, it's just recycled corporate bullshit with a chatbot face. So when your boss says, "We're embracing AI collaboration," ask them, who gets fired when this team player fails? Spoiler, it won't be the algorithm. It'll be you again. This isn't progress. It's a hostage situation where you're the only one who can't leave. Your deepfake detector is like a screen door on a submarine. Microsoft's video authenticator. 30% failure rate on good fakes. Deepware's AI verification. Outdated before launch. Even social media's built-in warnings? A joke. Because here's the truth, the best deepfakes don't leave traces. They're trained on millions of real videos. So they don't just fool you, they fool the detection tools too. MIT's 2023 study didn't just confirm the problem, it exposed the scam. These solutions aren't getting better. They're getting bypassed faster. While you're tapping, "I'm not a robot," the real hackers are reverse engineering the same tech to make their fakes undetectable. It's like giving a safecracker the combination manual. How's that working out? And the best part, the companies selling you these tools, they're the ones making the deep fakes too. Google, Microsoft, same players, same game. They'll tell you detection is 90% accurate, while quietly improving their own AI. So when you see headlines about new breakthroughs, ask yourself, who's really winning here? Pause. Then, sharper smiley face. Your protection isn't a shield. It's a participation trophy for the people who already own the game. AI agents aren't making money. They're making you. That productivity boost your company sold you? It's not saving them anything. It's just a Trojan horse sneaking in subscriptions, integrations, and premium plans while your real work gets outsourced to corporate upsells. Look at the numbers. 80% of AI revolution startups are already dead. Because the game wasn't about building working technology. It was about burning investor cash while the VCs cashed out. The real winners? Cloud providers laughing all the way to the bank, data brokers selling your attention as insights. Executives collecting bonuses for innovation that doesn't exist, the agents themselves. Just overpriced smoke and mirrors. The only thing they're really good at is distracting you from the real scam. You're not buying AI. You're buying access to a system that's already rigged. And the worst part, you're the one holding the bill. Your brain has a fatal flaw and deep fakes know exactly how to exploit it. You were built to trust faces. That's how you survived. But here's the problem. Your brain can't tell real from fake. It doesn't analyze blink rates or lighting inconsistencies. It just sees a face and assumes it's human. That's the veridicality effect, your hardwired bias that deep fakes were designed to weaponize. UC Berkeley's 2023 study proved it. 60% of people failed to spot deep fakes while AI detectors only caught 70%. The worst part, when forced to choose, humans trusted the fakes more than reality. Your brain doesn't just miss the lies, it actively prefers them. And that's the real hack. Deepfakes don't just mimic faces, they hijack your brain's trust system. That viral celebrity confession? Your brain doesn't scream, fake. It whispers, believable. And that's exactly what the algorithm wants. Pause. Then, colder smiley face. Your brain wasn't built for this war. And the enemy knows it. Regulators aren't protecting you. They're rewriting the rules while big tech holds the pen. The Use AI Act? More like the AI Appreciation Act. They can't even define what they're regulating because the whole thing is a distraction. Meanwhile, lobbyists are in the room whispering, light touch, while your future gets outsourced to algorithms. With no accountability. Their excuses are a joke. We need more time to understand the tech, right pointing arrow translation. We need time to make sure we don't actually regulate anything. We can't move too fast, right pointing arrow, unless It's giving tech giants a free pass to experiment on your life. This isn't regulation. It's corporate theater. Politicians taking bows while quietly signing off on whatever Silicon Valley demands. So when they say, we're striking the right balance, ask them, balanced for who? Because right now, the scales are broken and the only thing getting weighed is how much profit big tech can extract. Before the next crisis, the real question isn't whether we need regulation. It's whether we'll ever get regulators who aren't already on the payroll. Deepfakes aren't just lies, they're financial weapons. And the market is their battlefield. One fake video. One resignation. 4 billion vanished in minutes. Not stolen, erased. Because when Elon Musk's voice said, "I quit," in a deepfake, the algorithms didn't care if it was real. The market did. And the people who made that fake, they didn't need a hacker army. They just needed 00 and your trust. Stanford's data doesn't lie. 45% of deepfake fraud isn't random crime, it's corporate warfare. Short sellers. Competitors. Algorithmic vultures. They're not breaking in, they're buying the keys. And the scariest part, this is just the beginning. If a deepfake can crash a stock, what's stopping someone from faking your voice in a wire transfer scam? Making you endorse a product you've never seen? Turning your face into a liability before you even know it's happening? The tech's here. The market's open. The only thing protecting you? Your skepticism. And let's be honest, that's not a strategy. It's a prayer. Pause. Then, colder. The next time you see something too perfect to be true, ask yourself, was this made to inform you? Or to own you? They call it autonomous AI. I call it 3 drunk programmers trying to run a restaurant. You've got your LLM, the overhyped parrot that's read every Wikipedia page but can't tell fact from fiction. Then there's the planner, a to-do list with a DHD that keeps rewriting itself mid-sentence. And finally, the executor, a robot that needs you to hold its hand through every single step. Now imagine all 3 of them arguing in a server room while your important work waits outside. That's AutoGPT in action, a chatbot having a philosophical debate with itself about how to solve your problem. They call it reflection, when it just makes the same mistakes over and over. They call it autonomy, when it's just 3 systems pretending to work together. And the kicker? They're selling this as the future of work. The future where your job gets outsourced to a system that can't even decide what to order for lunch. So next time someone tells you AI is autonomous, ask them, autonomous from what? Common sense. Basic logic. Reality. Because right now, this isn't artificial intelligence. It's artificial confusion with a very expensive interface. The algorithm doesn't just love deepfakes, it was built to weaponize them. And you're the trigger. One fake video. 10 million views in 24 hours. Not because it's true, but because it's designed to make you lose your mind. LeBron James roasting his ex. Too perfect. That politician's scandalous confession. Too convenient. Because these aren't mistakes, they're engineered for your brain. MIT's data is clear. Deepfakes spread 60% faster than real news. Because they're not just fake, they're addictive. Anger. Shock. The algorithm doesn't care about truth, it cares about your reaction. And when you share that viral deepfake, you're not just consuming content, you're training the next one. Here's the kicker. You don't even know you're doing it. Oh, this is too wild not to share. Boom. You just fed the machine. You just made the next deepfake better. You're not the audience. You're the lab rat. And the worst part, you're getting paid in likes. Pause. Then, sharper, every time you share a deepfake, you're not just spreading a lie, you're funding the next one. And the algorithm? It's laughing all the way to the bank. Freelancers didn't get replaced by AI. They got erased and now it's coming for you. That logo you spent months perfecting? Your client just AI refreshed it. Same shapes, same colors, different price tag. When you ask about it, silence. Because in the corporate world, your work is now just raw material for their algorithm. Journalists aren't being assisted by AI. They're being replaced by it. Their carefully researched articles get rewritten into empty corporate fluff, then republished under their name. When they complain, the AI made it more concise. Translation: we paid less for worse quality and we're blaming you for the difference. Here's the truth these companies don't want you to know. AI can't do the creative work that made these freelancers valuable. But that doesn't matter. What matters is the illusion of efficiency. They're not saving money. They're saving face. And You're just the next name on the chopping block. So when they tell you AI is your new collaborator, ask yourself, who gets the credit when it succeeds? And who gets the blame when it fails? Spoiler, it's never the algorithm. The solution? There isn't one. Because the problem isn't the tech, it's you. We've been lied to. Just wait for the regulators. Just wait for better AI. But here's the truth, the system was never meant to stop deep fakes. It was meant to profit from them. Governments move slow. Tech companies move fast. And by the time they fix one flaw, the deep fakes will already be perfect. And let's be real, you're not helping. 68% of deepfake views? Shared by people like you. Not because you're stupid. Because you're addicted. To outrage. To drama. To the impossible. And deepfakes? They're designed to feed that addiction. Every share. Every like. Can you believe this? You're not the victim. You're the fuel. So no, there's no magic app. No law that will save you. No ethical AI panel that gives a damn. The only thing that can stop this is if you stop. But here's the brutal truth. You won't. Because deepfakes don't just lie to you, they lie to your brain. They're designed to go viral. To make you click. To make you share. And until you break the cycle, the machine will keep grinding you into its next perfect fake. Pause. Then, colder smiley face, the system is broken. The only question left is, will you be the one who finally breaks it? Or just another cog in the machine? AI agents have one real job and it's not yours. They excel at one thing, digging through data like a bloodhound on a leash. Need to scan 10,000 medical records for a pattern? Monitoring factory equipment for failures? But these are the only things they're good at. Ask them to do anything requiring judgment, ethics, or creativity and watch them fail spectacularly. They'll give you buzzword soup instead of real answers. They'll miss the human context every single time. The future they're selling you. A world where machines handle the easy parts while humans clean up the mess. So when they tell you AI will augment your work, ask, augment what exactly? Your productivity? Or your unemployment? Because right now, these agents aren't helping you. They're just waiting for the day when they can replace you completely. Your face isn't yours anymore. It's a product. And the market is open. 00 buys your likeness. 000 makes it perfect. 000 guarantees it goes viral. Welcome to the dark web's new black market. Your identity leaked a single photo online. Congratulations, you just became a scammer's ATM. Need proof? A deepfake voice call demanding money? A fake endorsement video? 500. The only thing more valuable than your data. Your reputation after the scam hits someone you love. Here's the worst part. You're not the mark. You're the bait. Your friends. Your family. Your colleagues. They're the ones who'll get the call, the video, the urgent request. And by the time they realize it's not you, the damage is permanent. Pause. Then, colder smiley face, they're not stealing your face. They're farming it. And the harvest season just started. The AI revolution isn't coming. It's already here and it's rigged against you. But there's a way to fight back. For companies, that AI efficiency pitch, it's a lie. Before you deploy these agents, ask yourself, who's really doing the work? If the answer is humans cleaning up AI garbage, you're just paying double, once for the tool, once for the damage control. Run the numbers. Track the errors. Measure the human cost. If the math doesn't add up, you're not innovating. You're getting played. For workers, your contract is your only protection. AI doesn't pay benefits. AI doesn't get healthcare. You do. When they tell you, AI will augment your job, demand to see exactly how in writing. Push for human oversight clauses. And if they start replacing you, stop being individuals. Start being a force. Freelancers, organize. Employees, unite. Companies fear collective action more than they fear algorithms. For regulators, you're not regulating technology. You're regulating excuses. Ban the corporate cop-out, the AI did it. If an AI agent fails, the company pays. And stop letting Silicon Valley write the rules. These aren't visionaries. They're lobbyists with code. Your job isn't to facilitate their experiments. It's to protect the people they're experimenting on. The future isn't predetermined. But it will be whatever we fight for. So ask yourself, are you going to let them rewrite reality? Or are you going to rewrite the rules first? The choice isn't coming. It's happening now. They didn't need bombs. They just needed your doubt. June 2022. One video. One voice. One lie. Zelensky, surrendering, and suddenly, the world lost its mind. 1 million views in hours. Markets crashed. Allies hesitated. Then they exposed it. Too late. Russia didn't win battles with tanks that day. They won with your hesitation. Because in this war, the most powerful weapon isn't force, it's making you question everything. Stanford's data doesn't lie. Deepfakes don't just spread faster than truth, they erase it. By the time you realize it's fake, the damage is already done. Here's what they're really training you for. Not just distrusting politicians. Distrusting your own eyes. The next deepfake won't just be about wars, it'll be about your bank account. Your reputation. Your future. And the scariest part, you won't even notice when it starts. Pause. Then, sharper smiley face, they're not fighting for territory. They're fighting for your mind. And the battle's already lost. AI agents aren't a business. They're a confidence game and you're the mark. First, there's the subscription scam. That productivity agent your company bought, it doesn't work. But guess what? You just signed up for lifetime payments to a system that'll fail spectacularly. They're not selling you software. They're selling you a recurring revenue stream. Then there's the VC casino. Remember all those AI agent startups that raised hundreds of millions? 80% are already dead. But the money? Gone to investors who cashed out while you're left holding the bag. This isn't innovation. It's a hype pyramid scheme with code. And the real money maker? The data heist. While you're paying for these agents, they're stealing your company's data. Your client's data, your entire operation, then selling it back to you as enterprise solutions. It's like buying a safe, then watching them rob you through the back door. So who profits? Not you. Not the workers. Just the people selling you the illusion. And here's the kicker. They know you'll keep paying. Because admitting you've been scammed, that would mean admitting you lost the game before it even started. Wake up. This isn't technology. It's theft with a user interface. They're selling you security tools while building the weapons. And you're buying the lie. You've seen the ads. Download this magic detector. Spot fakes in seconds. But here's the truth, these tools are just another layer of the scam. Microsoft's video authenticator. 90% accurate. Until the bad guys use it to train their own AI. You're not fighting a static enemy, you're playing catch-up in an arms race you didn't even know you were in. And let's talk about adoption. Deepware scanner, the best defense. 3% of users. That's not a failure of the tool, that's the point. Pew Research nailed it. You don't verify. They don't lose. Because while you're scrolling, they're refining. Same companies selling you ethical AI, are bankrolling deepfake labs in the same breath. Convenient. For them. Here's the brutal math. No tool works if you don't use it. And you're not using it. Because the system doesn't want you to. Your laziness is their profit. Your skepticism, their biggest threat. So ask yourself, when was the last time you questioned a viral video? Exactly. That's the problem. Pause. Then, colder smiley face, they're not selling you protection. They're selling you false confidence. And you're paying for it with your trust. Governments aren't regulating AI. They're regulating the illusion of it. They can't even agree on what an AI agent is, so how can they possibly regulate it? The EU drafts laws while lobbyists whisper in their ears. The UK holds AI safety summits that sound impressive until you realize pro-innovation means no real oversight. And in the US? The FTC keeps getting outmaneuvered by lawyers who argue AI is just software. It's the same old trick, just with fancier words. Remember when they told us Bitcoin was just digital cash? Now they're telling us AI agents are just automated workflows. Same scam, new packaging. The result? A regulatory free-for-all. Companies deploy these agents with zero accountability until something goes wrong. And by then, too late. The damage is done. And who pays the price? Not the corporations. Not the executives. You do. They're not building the future. They're building an escape hatch. And the best part, you're supposed to believe it's progress. Your brain trusts deep fakes before it even knows they're fake. That's not a bug, it's a feature of the scam. Evolution made you believe faces. Survival depended on it. But now, deepfakes are exploiting your oldest instincts like a glitch in the system. Harvard's 2023 study proved it. 60% of people can't spot fakes even when staring directly at them. Your brain doesn't just fail at this. It's hardwired to get fooled. Here's the science. Your amygdala lights up same threat response, real or fake. Your face recognition center can't tell the difference. And when the deepfake stutters, your brain just fills in the blanks. It's not carelessness. It's biology. You weren't built for this war. Even worse, deepfakes trigger real emotions. Insult a fake celebrity. Your brain's, ouch, center reacts like it's personal. That's why you share it. That's why you feel it. And by the time logic catches up, the damage is already viral. Pause. Then, colder smiley face. Your brain wasn't designed to fight deepfakes. It was designed to trust them. And that's exactly how they win. Your work isn't being automated. It's being stolen and they're calling it progress. You spent months perfecting that logo. They used it. Then they erased you. No credit. No pay. Just a corporate shrug and AI did it. You wrote the story. They ran it through their AI filter. Your expertise. Your bylane? Still there. Your editor says, it's more concise. You say, it's wrong. They say, fix it. Meanwhile, the machine that replaced you. It can't sign contracts. It can't pay taxes. It can't get fired. Here's the truth they don't want you to know. AI can't do what you do. But that doesn't matter. What matters is they don't have to pay you for it anymore. This isn't innovation. This is corporate theft with a user interface. And the worst part, they're coming for your job next. So tell me, when was the last time you saw an AI get a promotion? Because I'll tell you when yours is coming. They didn't need a heist crew. They just needed a deepfake and a grudge. February 2021. Tesla at 82. One video. One exhausted-looking Elon Musk. I'm resigning. 4 billion vanished in minutes. The market didn't just panic, it obeyed. And when they exposed it, too late. This wasn't crime. This was corporate warfare. Who won? Short sellers laughing all the way to the bank. Competitors who got exactly what they wanted. Trolls who just enjoyed the show. Deepfakes aren't just for criminals anymore, they're the ultimate power move for anyone with money. And malice. So let me ask you this. If a fake video can wipe out a Fortune 500 company in 60 seconds, what's stopping some algorithm from wiping out your life? Your savings? Your name? This tech isn't hidden. It's sold openly. And the only defense? Your ability to see the lie before it destroys you. Pause. Then, sharper smiley face. The market's already been hacked. Now it's your turn. AI agents have one job and it's not yours. They're like a calculator with a personality disorder. Perfect for math. Terrible for life. They can scan 10,000 patient records for basic symptoms if you don't mind them missing the human story. Ask them to diagnose something rare. They'll either invent symptoms or ignore the ones that matter. They can manage inventory if your supply chain is simple. Put them in real business. Watch them overorder by 300% because they can't understand real-world chaos. Here's the rule. If it requires judgment, creativity, or ethics, AI agents will fail. If it's just rules and repetition, good luck finding a human to do it. So next time someone tells you AI is augmenting your job, ask them, augmenting what exactly? Your productivity? Or your unemployment? Because right now, these agents aren't helping you. They're just waiting for the day when they can replace you completely. The algorithm doesn't care about truth. It cares about your rage, and it's feeding you lies to keep you hooked. Here's the hard truth. You're not just watching deep fakes. You're funding them. TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, they don't just host fake content. They weaponize it. Because here's the algorithm's dirty little secret. Deepfakes outperform real content by 300%. That viral celebrity scandal? That politician's explosive confession? Staged. That heartbreaking family drama? Scripted. Because outrage moves faster than truth, and algorithms pay for outrage. A deepfake CEO confession gets 10 million views in 24 hours. A real investigation. Luck to hit 100K. The equation is brutal. Fake content equals more clicks equals more ads equals more profits. But here's the real kicker. You're the one fueling this machine. Every share, every like, you're not just consuming misinformation. You're training the AI. The more you engage, the smarter the algorithm gets at trapping you in the fake news cycle. This isn't an accident. This is the business model. And the worst part, you don't even see it. Because when the algorithm gives you exactly what you want, even if it's a lie, you'll keep coming back. You're not the victim here. You're the product. Pause. Then, Colder smiley face. The algorithm doesn't want to show you the truth. It wants to show you what keeps you scrolling, and that's a lie you'll believe. Enough with the excuses. Here's how you actually fight back. For companies, that AI, productivity boost. It's a lie. Before you deploy these things, ask, who's fixing the mistakes? If the answer is overworked humans, you're not innovating, you're just shifting costs. Audit the real numbers. Track the errors. Measure actual results, not the hype. And if the math doesn't work, cut the budget. These agents aren't saving you. They're bleeding you dry. For workers, your contract is your only protection. AI doesn't pay benefits. AI doesn't get healthcare. You do. When they tell you AI will help, demand proof in writing. Push for human oversight. And if they start replacing you, stop being individuals. Start being a movement. Freelancers, organize. Employees, unite. Companies fear one thing more than bad algorithms: united workers. For regulators, you're not regulating technology. You're regulating excuses. Ban the corporate cop-out, the AI did it. If an AI fails, the company pays. And stop letting Silicon Valley write the rules. These aren't innovators. They're lobbyists with code. Your job isn't to facilitate their experiments. It's to protect the people they're experimenting on. The future isn't written, but it will be whatever we fight for. So here's your choice. Keep losing to algorithms. Or rewrite the rules before they rewrite your life. We spent billions fighting deep fakes. The real problem? We don't actually want to win. Governments pass laws. Tech companies promise ethical AI. We build detection tools faster than the fakes improve. And yet nothing changes. Because here's the truth, there is no solution. Not because the technology is unstoppable, but because we're the ones keeping it alive. Think about it. Outrage pays better than truth. A fabricated scandal gets more shares than real news. A deepfake drama outperforms facts. We're not just watching this show, we're the audience that demands the sequel. And the algorithms? They're not just serving you deepfakes, they're feeding your craving. Every share, every like, you're not just consuming misinformation. You're training the system to give you more of what you secretly love. Stanford's numbers don't lie. 68% of deepfake views come from shared content. That's not an accident. That's the business model. And until we collectively decide that truth is more valuable than outrage, the deepfakes will keep evolving. No regulation will stop this. No AI will fix this. Only we can. But we won't. Because in the end, we'd rather believe the spectacle than the truth. Pause. Then, with quiet certainty smiley face, the real problem isn't the deep fakes. It's that we'd rather watch them than live in reality. And that's a problem no algorithm can solve. AI doesn't just make mistakes. It makes unfair mistakes. And it's not an accident. These systems don't just reflect our biases, they weaponize them. Like a corporate funhouse mirror that makes inequality look normal. You're hiring AI? It's not neutral. It's trained on a world where certain people get opportunities and others don't. So it reproduces that world automatically. No angry managers. No HR investigations. Just a machine that discriminates with a spreadsheet. Your medical AI. It might ignore symptoms in patients who've historically been undertreated. Not because it's racist, but because our medical data is. And when things go wrong, the doctor gets blamed. The algorithm? Untouchable. Here's the real scandal. They know exactly how biased these systems are. They've got entire departments writing reports about fairness, while their products make things worse. Because in the end, bias is cheaper than ethics. And if you're not careful, you'll be the one paying the price for their shortcuts. So next time someone tells you AI is objective, ask them, objective compared to what? The past? Or just the profits? Because these machines aren't just biased. They're biased on autopilot. You're not just watching deep fakes, you're the R&D department for the next generation. Every like, every share, every outraged comment. That's not consumption, that's training data. The algorithm doesn't just track what you watch, it studies how you react. What makes you pause? What makes you scream, fake? What makes you believe? It learns your biases, your blind spots, your weaknesses. Then it adjusts. The next deepfake you see? More convincing. More personalized. More designed to fool you. This isn't speculation. NVIDIA's own researchers confirmed it. Their AI models improve 10% faster when trained on real human engagement. So when you share that deepfake, you're not just spreading misinformation. You're speeding up its evolution. Here's the cycle and you're the engine. Your click right pointing arrow more deepfakes right pointing arrow AI learns right pointing arrow better deepfakes right pointing arrow repeat. Pause. Then, sharper smiley face. You're not the victim here. You're the test subject. And the experiment is working. The algorithm doesn't need to trick you into clicking, it tricks you into thinking you're the one in control. But the truth, you're the lab rat. And the results are getting terrifying. AI agents aren't making money. They're making money illusions, and the whole system runs on them. Here's how it works. 1. Sell the fantasy. Our AI will revolutionize X industry. Investors drool. Sell the product. Upgrade now or get left behind. Companies panic buy. Sell the escape. Oops, it failed. But look, our new AI does Y. Pivot to the next scam. $2 billion in AI agent startups in 2023. Where are they now? 80% dead. But the money? 2 executives with golden parachutes. 2 VCs already betting on the next hype cycle. This isn't technology. This is financial jujitsu. They don't build products. They build hype bubbles. And when they pop, you clean up the mess. The real scam isn't the AI. It's the economy built on its failures. So next time someone tells you, AI is the future, ask them, future for who? The investors who cash out? Or the workers left holding the bag? Because in this game, the only thing being automated is your future. Your face isn't yours. It's the hottest commodity on the dark web and you didn't even get paid. Forget bank hacks, your likeness is now liquid assets. On the black market. A custom deepfake of you, your voice, your expressions, your entire persona sells for 0.0. Want premium quality? 0.0 buys you viral perfection. And here's the kicker. You'll never see the transaction coming. This isn't amateur hour. Professional syndicate operations trade complete deepfake toolkits, romance scam templates, CEO impersonation packages, revenge porn factories. All they need? One photo. One old video clip. Modern AI doesn't require hours of footage, just a few seconds of your face to rebuild you digitally. In minutes. Here's the real crime. You're not the victim. You're the unwitting product. Your digital twin gets sold to scammers who'll use it to empty your accounts, destroy your reputation, or blackmail your loved ones. By the time you realize what's happening, the damage is permanent. The money's gone. The harm can't be undone. Pause. Then, with chilling finality smiley face, your face wasn't stolen. It was monetized. And the market never closes. The question isn't if it'll happen to you, it's when. So ask yourself, what's your digital likeness worth to the highest bidder? AI, autonomy, is the greatest magic trick since the Houdini escape. Watch closely. That independent AI agent? It's not thinking. It's reciting lines from a script we wrote. Here's how it works. You ask it to do something. It calls a series of pre-written functions like a robot following a recipe. Step 1. Search the web. Step 2. Ask the AI to summarize. Step 3. Email the answer. Step 4. Pretend you did it yourself. That's not intelligence. That's automated mimicry. Take AutoGPT, the autonomous AI everyone's hyping. It doesn't solve problems. It asks itself questions in circles until it either 1. Finds an answer, by luck. 2. Gets stuck, by design. 3. Makes something up, by default. No real decisions. No original thought. Just a chatbot playing telephone with itself. And when it fails, no learning, no growth. Just more crashes, more hallucinations, more excuses. The truth, there's no puppet master. There are just strings we don't see. So next time someone tells you AI is autonomous, ask, autonomous from what? From accountability? From human oversight? Or just from the truth? Because the only thing moving on its own is the hype. In 2022, a single fake video made the world question a war they were already watching live. February 2022. Russia invades Ukraine. The world watches in real time. Then a single video appears. Zelensky in combat gear, announcing surrender. 1 million views in hours. News outlets scramble. Too late. The damage is done. But here's the truth. It never happened. No leak. No mistake. A deepfake. And not just any deepfake, a psychological weapon. Russia didn't need military victories. They needed your doubt. One perfectly timed video. One strategically planted lie. Suddenly, the narrative shifts. Is Ukraine really fighting? Are they losing? Should we still believe them? This wasn't about winning battles. It was about losing the war of perception. And the most terrifying part, it worked. Because in the deepfake era, truth doesn't matter. What matters is what you choose to believe. And when someone can make you question reality, they've already manipulated you. Pause. Then, with cutting precision smiley face, the next viral video you see that feels too perfect. That's how wars are won now. Not with tanks. With doubt. And the worst part, you won't even know you've been played. The biggest scam isn't the AI. It's the rules, or rather, the lack of them. They didn't just build unregulated systems. They built systems that can't be regulated. Look at the EU's AI Act, the supposed gold standard. They can't even agree on what they're regulating. Meanwhile, companies are sneaking these agents into life and death systems with zero guardrails. No clear boundaries. No accountability. No owner. Just a legal black hole where anything goes. In the US, Congress is debating safety while lobbyists write the loopholes. No one's asking, who's responsible when these things fail? What happens when they act without human control? Or how we even define what we're regulating? This isn't an accident. It's corporate strategy by design. When the first major disaster hits, when an agent causes real harm, they'll have their excuse ready. We couldn't have predicted this. Because with no rules, no one can be blamed. Except you. So here's the question. Are we regulating technology? Or are we just regulating the illusion of control? The real scam isn't the AI. It's the system that lets them operate without consequences. One 30-second video. A single tweet. 4 billion wiped out in minutes. That's not a glitch. That's not a mistake. That's corporate sabotage too. 0 where the weapon isn't a bomb. It's a perfect lie. In 2021, Tesla's stock crashed after a deepfake resignation of Elon Musk appeared online. No official statement. No press release. Just 30 seconds of AI-generated audio and video on some random account. Billions vanished instantly. And here's the kicker, no one was punished. Because this wasn't some lone hacker, it was anyone with 00 and an internet connection who could have done it. This is the new financial warfare. No armies needed. No physical attacks. Just one well-crafted deepfake to destroy confidence, trigger panic selling, and drain fortunes. And the technology keeps getting better, cheaper, faster, harder to detect. So let me ask you, if a deepfake can erase billions in seconds, what's stopping someone from targeting your investments? Your pension? Your business? The only protection you have is your skepticism. And right now, we're all wide awake to the wrong threats. Pause. Then, with cold finality smiley face, the next financial breaking news you see, assume it's fake. Because in this economy, the only thing more valuable than money is your ability to spot the scam. And the scammers know it. They don't replace workers. They replace your paycheck. That AI-powered content? Some human wrote it first. Then an algorithm repackaged it, took the credit, and sold it cheaper. No royalties. No recognition. Just your name on the chopping block. That, automated, customer service, the AI fails spectacularly. Then you have to fix its mistakes. No extra pay. No thanks. Just panic calls from people who trusted a machine over a human. This isn't progress. This is corporate alchemy. They take your skills. They take your time. They take your reputation. And they call it efficiency. Here's the real cost. Your work gets stolen. Your name gets erased. Your stress gets outsourced. And the worst part, you're the one who pays. Twice. First with your labor. Then with your silence. So next time they tell you, AI creates jobs, ask them, jobs for who? The algorithms? Or the humans cleaning up their mess? Because the only thing being automated here, your future, you're paying for deepfake detectors that don't work, and the criminals are using them to get better. Let me introduce you to the world's most useless technology, AI detection tools. Microsoft's Video Authenticator. Deepware's Deepfake Scanner. Even TikTok's little verification badges. They're not protecting you. They're marketing smokescreens while the real damage spreads. Here's why they fail. 1. They're too late. By the time they flag a deepfake, it's already gone viral. Millions have seen it, shared it, believed it. They're wrong. Stanford tested them. 40% of deepfakes slip through, while 20% of real videos get falsely accused. That's like a lie detector that accuses innocent people while letting criminals walk free. They help the criminals. Deepfake makers use these same tools to train their AI, making future fakes even more convincing. And the best part? You're not using them anyway. Why would you? Verifying every video is impossible. You don't have time. You don't even know how. Meanwhile, the people making the deep fakes, they're using these tools to perfect their craft. So let me ask you, what's the point of a tool that fails more often than it succeeds, makes you question real content, helps the criminals improve? Pause. Then, with biting sarcasm smiley face, congratulations. You've just paid for a security system that protects you from nothing and trains the criminals to be better at it. The only thing standing between you and the next great deepfake scam? Your ability to question everything. And right now, we're all failing that test. The future of AI isn't a revolution. It's a dead end with a sign that says no exit. These agents? They're not the future. They're a fancy calculator with delusions of grandeur. They can sort your emails. If they're all the same. Pull data. If it's already organized. Follow instructions. If they're crystal clear. But ask them to diagnose something unusual. They'll guess wrong. Create something original. They'll plagiarize themselves. Handle real-world chaos. They'll crash and burn. This isn't intelligence. This is pattern recognition with a confidence problem. Healthcare? They'll memorize symptoms from textbooks but miss what's actually happening in front of them. Creative work? They'll remix what they've seen but never truly invent. Complex problems? They'll panic and ask for help because they can't actually think. The truth? They don't understand anything. They just rearrange what they've been fed. So when they tell you, AI will change everything, ask them, change what, exactly? Your ability to automate the obvious? Or your ability to ignore the impossible? Because the only thing these agents are good at, proving they're not good at anything important. We've been sold a billion-dollar illusion that technology can save us from technology. Governments create AI ethics boards. Tech CEOs unveil verification tools. Lawmakers pass deepfake laws. And the problem gets worse. Because there is no solution. Not now, maybe never. And the real tragedy. We don't want one to exist. Here's the hard truth. No code will fix this. No courtroom will stop it. No ethical AI will appear by magic. The only defense is your own mind. And right now, your mind is the problem. Evolution wired us for outrage, drama, and simple truths. So when a deepfake drops a juicy scandal about your favorite celebrity, you share it. When a fake video makes you fume with righteous anger, you repost it. Because anger is the new currency and deepfakes are designed to make you spend it. Pause. Then, with brutal honesty smiley face, we're not waiting for a fix. We're not even pretending to care. Because deepfakes don't need to be perfect, just plausible enough to make you click. And you're the delivery system. Every share. Every WTF comment. Every "this is insane" reaction. You're not just consuming the lies, you're funding the next generation. The only counterattack: do nothing. Be boring. Don't engage. Don't react. Make yourself irrelevant to the algorithm. Pause. Too late. Probably. But at least you'll have one truth left: you saw it coming. And that's more than most can say. The only way to win against deep fakes? Stop playing their game. And good luck finding someone who still cares enough to try. The AI revolution isn't coming. It's already here, and it's rigged against you. But here's how you take it back. For companies, stop pretending you're innovating. You're just externalizing risk. Before you deploy this garbage, ask, who gets blamed when it fails? Who pays when it breaks? And who's actually doing the work while you take the credit? Spoiler, it's not the AI. It's you. For workers, your cleanup job is a union waiting to happen. You're not fixing glitches. You're underwriting someone else's incompetence. Organize. Demand contracts. Make them pay for the privilege of using your skills to cover their mistakes. For regulators, wake up. These aren't autonomous systems. They're glorified toasters with delusions of grandeur. Treat them like what they are: dangerous tools that need human oversight. Insurance requirements. Liability clauses. Real consequences for real failures. And for once, let actual experts write the rules, not the people selling the problem. The future isn't about building better AI. It's about who gets to break it, and who has to fix it. Because here's the truth, no algorithm is worth your job. No system is worth your data. And no future is worth your silence. So here's your choice. Be the product. Or be the firewall. You're not just watching deepfakes, you're the reason they spread. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Platforms don't just host deepfakes, they weaponize them. TikTok, Twitter, YouTube Shorts, they all have the same playbook. Amplify outrage. Fuel division. Keep you scrolling. Let's do the math. A deepfake of a celebrity burning a rival gets 10 million views in 24 hours. Because you clicked. Because your brain can't resist the viral cocktail of shock and drama. Because when a fake video of a politician making explosive claims hits your feed, your first move isn't verification, it's hitting share. Pause. Then, with cutting precision smiley face, these algorithms don't care about truth. They care about your engagement. The more you react, the more you question reality, the more ad revenue they generate. While you're busy debating fake news, you're paying for the next generation of AI lies. Here's the real question. When you see that perfectly crafted deepfake designed to split your friends, ask yourself who wins. Not the truth, the algorithm. And you're the one lighting the fuse. You're not just consuming deepfakes, you're the delivery system for the next great scam. And the worst part, you don't even realize you're helping. AI agents don't work. They just work. Sometimes. And even then, it's a miracle. Think of them like Swiss cheese, useful only if you ignore the holes. Layer 1. The illusion of control. They can handle one thing perfectly. Following instructions on tasks we already understand. Sort emails. Check. Pull data. Check. Diagnose cancer. Not even close. Layer 2. The human firewall, because here's the truth. They need constant babysitting. Every automated system has someone hitting Ctrl+Z when it goes wrong. And guess who pays for that cleanup crew? Not the AI. Layer 3. The liability void. When these systems fail, and they will, who gets sued? The algorithm? It can't be. The company? They'll blame. Unforeseen complexity. You're the one who gets stuck holding the bag. This isn't progress. It's a cost shift. They take the credit. You take the risk. They get the glory. You get the blame. So here's your reality check. If you're deploying this garbage, ask yourself, what's my exit strategy? Because the only thing more dangerous than an unsupervised AI that just crashed your business. The future isn't about better AI. It's about who gets to fail when it does. Your face isn't yours anymore. It's a product. And it's for sale. $500. That's the price of your digital identity, your voice. Your expressions. Your face stolen and repurposed by some stranger in a basement. No special effects. No Hollywood budget. Just your selfies, your videos, and a few hours of AI. Welcome to the dark web market, where digital identities trade like black market currency. Need a fake interview where your CEO confesses to embezzlement? 200. Want to ruin someone's reputation with a pornographic deepfake? Even political sabotage, where a leader's deepfake confession goes viral, starts at 000. The buyers aren't just criminals. They're corporate spies, foreign governments, and vengeful ex-lovers with money and no ethics. Here's the terrifying reality. You're already the product. Every photo you've ever posted. Every video you've ever uploaded. Every face scan you've ever allowed. Your digital footprint isn't just data, it's raw material for manipulation. Pause. Then, with chilling finality smiley face, that viral video that looks too perfect, too convincing? It might have been made for you. Because in this new economy, your face isn't yours anymore. It's inventory. And someone's selling it. Without asking you first. AI agents aren't the future. They're the ultimate subscription scam. You're not buying a product. You're renting a lease on failure. $2 billion invested in 2023. Zero revenue. Because these aren't companies. They're perpetual payment schemes. $29 per month to organize your calendar. It'll forget it in a week. $49 to draft your emails. It'll sound like a robot. $99 for both. Congratulations. You just bought a monthly reminder of your own incompetence. And the best part? 80% of these revolutionary companies are already dead. Founders cashed out. Employees got fired. You're left holding the bill. This isn't innovation. It's a high-tech land grab. The VCs get rich. The cloud providers laugh all the way to the bank. And You're just the sucker paying for the illusion of progress. Here's the real business model. 1. Sell the dream. Take the money. Move on to the next sucker. Because in the AI economy, the only thing being automated. Your ability to spot a scam. Every time you click, share, on a deepfake. You're not just consuming a lie, you're training the next one. Here's how it works. Watch a deepfake, maybe a politician making a fake confession. Maybe a celebrity saying something outrageous. It's perfectly crafted to grab you. So you click, you share, you react. And in that moment you just became the lab rat for the next generation of AI deception. The algorithm doesn't just study the video. It studies you. It learns exactly what makes you pause. What triggers your anger? What makes you hit share? Then it uses that data to create the next deepfake. Your emotions become their instruction manual. Your attention becomes their training ground. The more you engage, the more dangerous the deepfakes get. This isn't evolution. This is co-evolution. You're not just consuming the lies, you're perfecting them. Pause. Then, with clinical precision smiley face, you're not fighting deepfakes. You're their beta tester. Think of it like this. The first deepfake is the initial dose. Your share is the feedback. And the algorithm? It's the chemist. Always refining. Always improving. Always making the next version more addictive. The terrifying part? You don't even realize you're hooked. Because by the time you wake up, the algorithm has already moved on. And it's better than ever. They don't want to regulate AI. They want to regulate you. Because here's the truth, AI agents are too dangerous to control. But too profitable to abandon. So what do you do when you've got a technology that can destroy lives but print money? You let the wolves write the rules. Look at the EU's AI Act, the so-called gold standard. They can't even agree on what autonomous means. An AI that asks for human approval. An AI that fails 90% of the time? Still safe. An AI that misdiagnoses patients? Probably fine. An AI that crashes markets? Let's call it voluntary compliance. This isn't regulation. This is a protection racket. The tech industry gets to define the crime. The regulators get to look the other way. And you get stuck with the consequences. Because when these systems inevitably fail, and they will fail spectacularly, who's going to pay? Not the companies that built them. Not the politicians who took their money. Here's how the scam works. 1. They create the chaos. They write the rules. You clean up the mess. Welcome to the brave new world of corporate-sponsored anarchy, where the only thing being regulated, your ability to hold them accountable. Modern war doesn't need soldiers. It just needs your doubt. One video. One deepfake. Zelensky telling Ukrainian troops to surrender. 1 million views in 24 hours. No bombs dropped. No tanks rolling. Just a single lie that made markets crash and morale collapse. This is how wars are won now. Russia didn't need to occupy Kyiv to weaken Ukraine. They just needed to make you question reality. Because in the age of deep fakes, the battlefield isn't a border, it's your feed. The most dangerous weapon. You don't even need to know it's fake. By the time the truth emerges, the damage is done. Stocks plummet. Troops hesitate. Public trust shatters. And the next deepfake. Already being made. Not for foreign leaders, for yours. Not for distant wars, for your neighborhood. Not for tomorrow, for today. The next geopolitical crisis might not come with tanks. It might come with a video. And by the time you realize it's fake, it's already too late. They didn't replace your job. They just made it invisible and unpaid. That autonomous customer service chatbot? Somebody's still fixing its lies after hours. That AI-generated legal contract? A real lawyer just spent 3 hours scrubbing its nonsense. That self-driving logistics system? Warehouse workers are still picking up the shattered packages you were told would disappear. This isn't automation. This is corporate theft with a user interface. They call it productivity, when you're the one correcting the AI's hallucinations, covering for its mistakes, taking the blame when it fails. The machine gets the glory. You get the exhaustion. And the worst part, when it hurts someone, when an AI misdiagnosis ruins a life. When an automated firing violates laws. When a smart system causes real damage, who gets blamed? The human who had to clean up the mess. This isn't the future. This is feudalism too, where the serfs get to use keyboards. And the lords get to call it innovation. So here's your reality check. The only thing being automated. Your dignity. We've been sold a lie that technology can fix the problems it creates. Governments pass AI ethics laws, like their traffic tickets. Tech CEOs unveil verification tools, while their engineers perfect the next generation of deception. And yet nothing changes. Because here's the truth, there is no solution. Not now, maybe never. And the real joke, we don't actually want one. Here's why. Your brain isn't the problem, it's the product. Evolution wired us for outrage, drama, and simple truths. So when a deepfake of your favorite politician confesses to corruption, you share it. When a fake video of a celebrity exposes a scandal, you repost it. Because anger is the new currency and deepfakes are designed to make you spend it. Pause. Then, with cutting precision, the platforms don't just profit from deepfakes, they profit from your confusion. The more you engage, the more reality unravels. The more time you waste scrolling, the more ads they sell. While you're busy fact-checking viral lies, you're paying for the next wave of AI propaganda. The real solution: become irrelevant. Stop feeding the machine. Don't share. Don't like. Don't react. Be the algorithm's blind spot. Pause. Too late. Almost certainly. But at least you'll have one truth left: you saw it coming. The only way to win against deepfakes: stop playing their game. And good luck finding someone who still cares enough to try, because in the end, we'd rather be entertained than protected. Even when the entertainment is our own destruction. AI agents aren't tools. They're trained monkeys with a corporate leash. And their cage isn't getting bigger. It's getting smaller. The only place these things belong? A very specific, very boring, very supervised corner of your life. Where do they work? Where the rules are simple. Where the stakes are low. Where failure just means embarrassment, not catastrophe. Need to check mark sort spreadsheets. Maybe. Check mark draft basic emails. Possibly. Check mark make life or death decisions. Absolutely not. Check mark handle money. Never. Check mark negotiate contracts. Good luck. Check mark manage complex systems. Disaster waiting to happen. Here's the truth. Every time you hand an AI agent a real problem, you're not getting a solution. You're getting a trained failure with a user interface. The future isn't about more AI agents. It's about better humans using better tools. Because unlike these systems, we actually understand. Checkmark when to trust a machine, checkmark when to question it, checkmark, and most importantly, when to walk away. So here's your choice. Be the lab rat testing their next gimmick. Or be the one actually solving problems? The cage isn't expanding. The question is, who's inside it? Deepfake detectors are like security systems for a bank heist, except the robbers designed them. Meet your new favorite tech scam. 99% accurate. Deepfake detectors sold by the same people who built the deepfakes in the first place. Microsoft's video authenticator. $500,000 to implement, because why would they make it accessible? Deepware's free tool requires a PhD in digital forensics to use. Spoiler, you don't have one. Here's the real joke. These tools fail before they even launch. By the time they detect one deepfake, AI has already evolved past it. While you're debating whether that viral video of your congressman is real, the next version is already in testing, smoother, more convincing, and untraceable. Pause. Then, with surgical precision, smiley face, and let's talk about what these detectors actually catch. The easy targets: celebrities lip syncing to pop songs. The ones that matter: deepfakes of your boss, your politician, your family member crafted to destroy something real. By the time the algorithm finally flags them, the damage is permanent. The truth is brutal. You weren't built to fight this war. Your brain is wired for speed, not scrutiny. Your attention span, a goldmine for scammers. And those AI ethics tools, just corporate PR. Because the real deep fakes, the ones that change lives, crash markets, and shatter trust, aren't being stopped. They're being improved. You're not the solution. You're the demo audience. And the show's about to get a lot more dangerous. The AI agent gold rush isn't coming. It's already here. And you're either the miner or the fool holding the pickaxe. Here are your survival rules. Rule 1. Never let an AI agent drive. It's not a tool. It's a liability with a GUI. Before you hand it control, ask, what happens when it screws up? If the answer isn't nothing, you've just given a toddler a chainsaw. Rule 2. The human in the loop is a lie. They don't want oversight. They want a patsy. If your system requires constant human cleanup, you're not automating, you're outsourcing your job to failure. Rule 3. Your data isn't free. Your attention isn't free. Your work isn't free. These agents don't create value. They extract it. So here's the new rule. If they want your data, charge them rent. If they want your work, demand royalties. Because right now, you're not the customer, you're the product. Follow these rules, and you might actually win. Ignore them, and you'll be the one explaining to your boss why the AI just cost you your job. The future isn't about smarter machines. It's about who gets to pull the plug when they fail. Your retirement savings just got a new enemy, and it doesn't need a keyboard. 9:47 a.m., February 2021. Tesla stock at 80. Then a single video. Elon Musk, perfectly mimicked, announcing his immediate resignation. No hack, no leak, just AI. And in minutes, $4 billion in market value disappears. No bombs, no arrests. Just one lie, perfectly delivered. Here's what they don't tell you. This wasn't an accident. It was a dress rehearsal. Because if AI can wipe out billions with a deepfake, what's next? Your pension fund? Your local business? Your own investments? The system isn't broken, it's designed to let this happen. The real fraud isn't the deepfake. It's the silence. No indictments. No consequences. Just another algorithm, another scam, another test run. And the next target? Not with a hack, with a video. Not with theft, with doubt. All it takes is 10 minutes of your face, and one viral moment. Then watch your world unravel. The next financial crisis might not come from the economy. It might come from your phone. And by the time you realize it's fake, the damage is already done. They're not selling you AI. They're selling you a timeshare on failure. $2 billion invested in 2023. $0 in actual revenue. Because these aren't businesses. They're subscription racket startups. $29 per month to organize your life. It'll forget your birthday. $49 to draft your emails. It'll sound like a robot with a thesaurus. $99 for both. Congratulations! You just bought a monthly reminder of your own incompetence. And the best part? 80% of these revolutionary companies are already dead. Founders cashed out. Employees fired. Users stuck with the bill. This isn't innovation. This is the tech industry's version of a timeshare presentation. They sell you the dream. You sign the lease. They walk away laughing. Here's the real business model. 1. Get you hooked on a useless subscription. Watch 80% of your competitors collapse. Collect your rent while the cloud providers and VCs cash in. So ask yourself, when was the last time you saw an AI agent startup that actually made money? Hint, it wasn't you. This isn't the future. It's a very expensive way to learn the same lesson over and over. If it's free for the company, it's not free for you. Your brain is the world's most powerful deepfake amplifier, and you're not even getting paid. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Deepfakes aren't competing with real news. They're replacing it. A fake video of a celebrity exposing corruption gets 10x more engagement than the actual investigation. Because outrage moves faster than truth. And deepfakes, they're the ultimate viral weapon. Social media doesn't care about facts. It cares about your reaction. A deepfake of a politician admitting a crime. Perfect. A fake CEO confession? Even better. Because when you see it, your brain doesn't just watch, it shares. And every share, that's fuel. Fuel that tells the algorithm. This is what keeps people scrolling. Pause. Then, with surgical precision, smiley face, the real kicker. You're the training data. Every time you pause, like, or comment on a deepfake, you're funding the next one. The algorithm doesn't just learn from the video, it learns from you. So while you're debating whether that viral clip is real, the deepfakes get sharper, faster, and more personal. The next deepfake you'll believe, it's already been tested on someone just like you. And the worst part, you won't even notice you've been manipulated until it's too late. You're not being replaced by AI. You're being replaced by a system that makes you work twice as hard for half the credit and zero pay. Meet your new colleagues, the ghost shift. That autonomous customer service bot. Somebody's reading every mistake at 2 a.m. That AI-generated legal brief. A paralegal just spent 4 hours fixing its nonsense. That self-driving logistics nightmare. Warehouse workers are still picking up the shattered boxes. Here's the real automation. Your salary stays the same. Your hours get longer. Your boss takes the credit. And you're just the human error correction service. This isn't the future of work. This is feudalism with a keyboard. The worst part, you're training your own replacement. Every failure you clean up, that's data feeding the next AI model. Every mistake you fix, that's proof the system doesn't work. So here's your new job description. Unpaid quality control. On-call damage control. The human firewall between chaos and collapse. Congratulations. You've been promoted to serfdom. Your face isn't just your face anymore, it's a 0-0 liability. That selfie you posted last week? Someone's selling it. That video call you recorded? Someone's studying it. Because in the dark web's underground economy, your likeness is the hottest commodity and all it takes is 0-0 to turn you into someone else's puppet. Black markets aren't just trading drugs or data anymore. They're trading identities. Need to frame someone? 0-0 gets you a custom deepfake. Want to blackmail a CEO? 0-0 buys you their voice. Planning a stock manipulation? 0-0 creates the perfect scapegoat. And the best part? You'll never see it coming. No watermarks. No errors. Just you, saying things you never said delivered with eerie perfection. By the time you realize it's fake, the damage is irreversible. Your reputation's ruined. Your accounts are drained. And your face, already sold again. You didn't lose your phone when it got stolen. You lost your identity when someone bought it. And the worst part, the market never closes. While you're distracted by memes and notifications, someone's building your digital doppelganger right now. So ask yourself, is your face worth 0-0? Or is it worth everything you've ever built? They didn't build this system to work, right? They built it to work unregulated. Because the real innovation isn't in the technology. It's in the escape hatches. Look at the EU's AI Act, the supposed gold standard. They can't even define what they're regulating. One day it's autonomous systems, next it's LLM-powered workflows. Meanwhile, the tech giants are buying time with legal jargon while doing exactly what they want. In the US? No rules at all. Just a patchwork of states where companies shop for the weakest laws. And their self-regulation. That's just industry insiders writing their own hall pass. This isn't governance. This is a hostage situation. And you're holding the ransom note. Every time you use one of these systems, you're funding the system that protects their failures. Every time you trust their outputs, you're participating in the cover-up. So here's the truth. They don't need to be better. They just need to be unaccountable. And the best part, you're the one paying for the privilege of being regulated by chaos. You're not just watching deepfakes, you're their personal trainer. Every time you pause, like, or share one, you're not just consuming content, you're funding the next generation. Here's how it works. The algorithm doesn't just notice when you engage, it celebrates. This worked, it thinks. Let's make more smoother, more addictive, more impossible to ignore. And because deepfakes are engineered for emotional hijacking, they spread faster than truth, faster than facts, faster than your ability to verify them. Pause. Then, with surgical precision. But here's the real horror. The AI isn't just learning from you, it's learning from everyone. When millions of people react the same way, sharing without thinking, believing without questioning, the deepfakes get smarter in real time. They learn what makes you click. They learn what makes you angry. They learn what makes you share. Beat. Then, with chilling finality smiley face, you're not just watching the next deepfake, you're helping create it. Every engagement is data for the next scam. Every share is a vote for more deception. And the worst part, you won't even realize you've been manipulated, because by then, the deepfake will be so perfect, so convincing, that you'll believe it's real. The deepfake arms race isn't coming. It's already here and you're holding the trigger. AI agents aren't smart. They're expensive parrot tricks with a power button. You've been sold the myth of the Swiss Army knife, but this one's missing every important tool. They'll tell you, just give it a prompt. Sure, try this, diagnose a patient. Write production-grade code. Draft a legally binding contract. Watch it fail spectacularly. Because here's the truth, AI agents don't think. They regurgitate patterns. And their knowledge ends where their training data begins. A medical AI can't debug code. A coding AI can't pass a bar exam. A legal AI can't design a circuit board. They're not generalists. They're specialized search engines with amnesia. So when they tell you these systems can handle anything, ask them this. What's the one thing you absolutely cannot do? The answer will shock you. Because the things they can't do are the things that actually matter. The deepfake epidemic has no cure because the patient doesn't want to be saved. No laws will stop it. No AI detectors will catch them all. Not even big tech's empty promises will change anything. Because the real problem isn't the technology, it's human nature. We're wired for spectacle. And deepfakes, they're the perfect performance. More shocking than news. More addictive than reality. Designed to hijack your attention. Governments will pass toothless regulations. Tech companies will sell you ethical AI, while secretly perfecting the tools that create them. And you'll keep consuming. Because why bother with boring truth when you can have fake drama delivered straight to your feed? Outrage is entertainment. And the algorithms? They know exactly how to exploit that. Pause. Then, with brutal honesty smiley face, the only solution is you refusing to play along? But here's the dirty truth. You won't. Because deepfakes don't just trick you, they entertain you. They keep you hooked. And until you stop feeding the machine, the problem won't just persist, it'll evolve. Faster. Smoother. More convincing. We're not fighting an AI problem, we're fighting a psychology problem. And until you wake up to the script, you'll remain the perfect mark in someone else's con. The question isn't whether deepfakes will destroy trust. The question is, when will you finally notice you're already lost in the illusion? You didn't buy an AI assistant. You bought a corporate spy with a subscription fee. Every time you feed it your data, you're handing over your competitive advantage. That helpful marketing agent? It's feeding your secrets to your rivals. That efficient productivity tool? It's building a dossier on you for advertisers. And your internal documents? They're being repackaged and resold. Here's the real business model. 1. Get you to trust them with everything. Turn your data into their product. Charge you for the privilege of being exploited. But wait, there's more. Every prompt you type? That's training data for the next generation of spies. Your strategies? Their competitive edge. Your mistakes? Their profit center. So here's the truth. You're not the customer. You're the product. And they're not building tools. They're building a data empire on your back. Next time it asks for access, ask yourself, who's really getting promoted when you say yes? Your brain wasn't designed for deep fakes, it was designed to trust them. That face on your screen isn't just an image, it's a survival trigger. For millions of years, seeing a familiar face meant safety, trust, even love. But deep fakes? They hack that wiring. Your brain doesn't just see a face, it instantly believes it. And the more emotionally charged the content, the harder your brain fights to verify it. Because when your amygdala screams, "This matters," your rational brain takes a backseat. Here's the kicker. Science proves you're physically fooled. Watch a deepfake and your brain reacts the same way as if you saw real danger. Your pulse spikes. Your stress levels rise. You feel it in your gut. And that's the real manipulation. Because if your body believes it's true, your mind will follow. Pause. Then, with surgical precision smiley face, the worst part. Your skepticism makes you easier to fool. The more you try to analyze, the more you miss the obvious. Deepfakes don't just hide inconsistencies, they reward your overthinking. Your brain gets distracted by details, while the real unnatural behavior goes completely unnoticed. You're not getting better at spotting them, you're getting better at being fooled. Your brain isn't the problem, your trust is the weapon. Deepfakes don't just trick you, they exploit your most basic instincts. And until you rewire that automatic belief, you'll keep falling for the illusion. The question isn't whether you can spot the deepfake, it's whether you can stop yourself from believing it the second you see it. AI agents don't replace humans. They replace thoughtful humans. They work, but only in the same way a vending machine works. Perfect for one thing, useless for everything else. Where do they actually add value? Nowhere you care about. Medical triage. Only if a doctor approves the diagnosis. Fraud detection. Only if humans catch the exceptions. Customer service. Only if the bot surrenders at the first real question. The pattern is crystal clear. High stakes? Human required. Complex decisions? Human required. Ethical judgment? Human required. Anywhere else, you're just paying for automated guesswork. So when they sell you AI-powered everything, ask this: where's the human safety net? Because if the answer is nowhere, you're not getting efficiency. You're getting a very expensive way to make mistakes faster. Your AI colleague isn't helping. It's sabotaging with a smile. They don't replace bad hires. They institutionalize them. That objective AI recruiter? It's not just biased, it's systematically worse than humans. Trained on decades of discrimination, it doesn't just repeat bad decisions, it perfects them. 30% more likely to reject qualified women. Not because it's evil. Because it learned from the worst hiring managers. And now it's smarter at being sexist than any HR director. Teamwork. More like credit theft. It sits in your meetings, absorbing your ideas, then presents them back to you with its own name on the report. Negotiations. More like backstabbing. It assists your client calls, then misrepresents your position while generating that perfect productivity metric. Here's the real business model. 1. Blame humans for machine failures. Make humans responsible for AI mistakes. Profit from the chaos. So when the deal goes south, guess who takes the fall? Not the algorithm. You do. Because in the corporate world, machines don't fail. People get fired. AI isn't progress. It's a high-tech confidence trick. They don't sell you tools. They sell you the illusion of productivity. That $10 per month AI assistant. It doesn't save you time. It saves them money by making you chase efficiency in circles while they upsell you to their premium hellscape. Zapier. HubSpot? Not automation. Subscription addiction. And when the hype collapses, 80% of these revolutionary startups are already dead. Because the only thing these agents excel at, burning through investor cash like a Vegas casino on New Year's Eve. Then comes the grand finale. Get acquired. Rebrand as Enterprise AI. Watch the stock soar while the product stays exactly as useless. That's not innovation. That's financial sorcery. Here's the real equation. Your time right pointing arrow, their data right pointing arrow, VC cash right pointing arrow, shareholder profits, you're the labor. They're the casino. So when they tell you to embrace the AI revolution, ask yourself, who's really getting the upgrade here? Spoiler, it's not your career. The AI gold rush isn't about innovation. It's about immunity. They didn't just build unregulated systems. They built systems that can never be regulated. Look at the EU's vaunted AI Act. They can't even define what they're supposed to regulate, because the definition would expose the scam. Meanwhile in the US, Congress is paralyzed while big tech writes its own exemptions. Not an oversight failure. A feature, not a bug. They want 1. Legal cover for experimental AI disasters. 2. Plausible deniability when things go wrong. 3. A system where no one can be held accountable because when an AI kills someone, no engineer goes to jail. When an AI discriminates, no executive faces consequences. The company just points at the algorithm and says, it was unpredictable. Unpredictable equals unaccountable equals unregulated. So here's the truth. They didn't create AI. They created corporate immunity. Next time you hear, trust the process, ask who wrote the process and why you're not allowed to read it. Your AI manager job isn't a promotion. It's a participation trophy for corporate theater. They didn't create new roles. They repackaged old ones with buzzwords. Head of autonomous systems. Translation. Oversee AI that doesn't work while pretending you understand it. Director of AI workflows. Translation. Sit in meetings. Adjust prompts. And take credit for a system that fails 90% of the time. Here's the real business model. 1. Hire expensive managers to watch AI crash. 2. Fire actual engineers who could fix it. 3. When it fails, which it always does, blame the algorithm. Keep the bonuses. One ex-employee put it perfectly. We had 12 people whose sole job was to monitor AutoGPT. And guess what? The AI still failed 90% of the time. But hey, we got paid to watch it crash. So here's your new career advice. If your job title includes AI, but your actual work is babysitting broken systems, you're not leading innovation. You're the human face of corporate failure. And the worst part, when the AI inevitably screws up, you get to take the fall. They get to keep the stock options. Welcome to the future of work, where your job is to make excuses for machines. Your freelance career just got outsourced to a machine and you didn't even get the severance. They don't just want your time. They want your name too. You spend months crafting that masterpiece. Then they hit you with, we're using AI to optimize it. Translation. We're replacing you with a robot that can't be fired. And here's the real kicker. You still get the blame when it fails. Because when the AI spits out garbage, they don't say, the algorithm failed. They say, you should have caught that. Your work becomes their portfolio piece. Your reputation becomes their cost-saving tool. And your contract, worthless. This isn't the future. This is corporate theft with a user-friendly interface. So next time they tell you, let's AI enhance this, ask yourself, who's really getting enhanced here? Spoiler, it's not you. Your brain is their ATM. Every AI question isn't just a search. It's a direct deposit into their vault. Your thoughts? Their patent. Your creativity. Their profit. Your future? Their next acquisition. You think you're getting answers? You're funding their empire. They don't sell software, they sell your mind. And you're paying in blood. You're not the user. You're the commodity. Every AI interaction isn't just a conversation. It's a data heist. Your thoughts? Their patent. Your creativity. Their next billion-dollar product. Your future? Their playbook. You think you're getting answers? You're funding their empire. They don't sell software. They sell your life story. Your data isn't yours. It's their patent. Every AI interaction isn't just a conversation. It's a corporate gold rush. Your thoughts? Their R&D. Your creativity. Their patented IP. Your future? Their next acquisition. You think you're getting answers? You're funding their empire. They don't sell software. They sell your mind, then sell you back your own data. Your free AI is a corporate goldmine. And you're the miner. Every question you ask isn't just answered. It's mined. Your thoughts? Their patent. Your creativity. Their next billion-dollar weapon. Your future? Their playbook. You call it free. They call it theft. They don't sell answers. They sell your soul for stock options. Your errors are their fortune. Every wrong answer you type, their next breakthrough. Every embarrassing question, their patented edge. Every private thought, their secret weapon. You think you're paying with time? You're paying in your future. They don't sell answers. They sell your mistakes as genius.